Welcome back. If you remember last time we escaped from Coleridge prison and we are here in the down wall sewers. Wait a minute. Alright. I've been tweaking the game a bit.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-to-1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
I hope you don't find me for your own good. Oh, a note from my friend. Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coleridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us, a friend who will meet you soon. Alright. Let's get out of here. Rats. They are by far one of the worst parts of the plague. They've become bolder and bolder. It's wiser to avoid them. Oh, to the water. Didn't get into the water as far as I know. Damn, they are swarming. Oh, damn it. Poor people of Downwall. They have been terribly cursed. They are not going to need it. And I may have use for it. There's something over here. Damien's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now. And there is nothing to do but wait. We're very sick and there is no place above to hide from the city watch. They are breaking into houses all over our district. So we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit the city. Damien. I wonder if you're right, man. I really wonder. Another corpse. Oh, so I have to remove it. I'm sorry, friend. Just stay here. Alright. Let me move the mouse a bit. very foot. They really underfed me in that prison. I was able to eat 3 cans off.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that.
Oh no.
I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Bastards. Alright. Let's find a way. We need to get to those corpses, throw them down. I just don't know how fast these rats are. Oh. Are they moving towards me? Maybe not. Okay. Now we need to rush here. Okay, we are here. If I throw you down there... What? Okay. Let's throw one closer. One bit closer. These should keep them occupied. Alright, I think we escaped.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Really? Blatant lies at all. I'm really hungry, will eat anything. There seems to be nothing else around here. Alright. Let's climb up. No, up. A copper wire. Fine. I'm guessing this is one of those booby traps those gods mentioned before dying. What? Oh, there was another one. I didn't notice. Alright, you stay here. Oh, this is not an interactable wheel. I need a key for this. There's food on the other side, I think. Yeah. That would probably help me with the wound I got. There seems to be another elixir, apart from Sokolov's. Alright. Oh, the bottle. Oh. Damn it. This is going to take some time to get used to. Alright. We are here. Okay, it's disarmed. Let's be very, very careful. Okay, consider yourself looted. That was satisfying. Okay, now let's look for the actual way. To the Lord Protector. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials of the Isles, and meet with your man, Samuel, near these tunnels spill into Wrenhaven River, or Hasten Lock. We share a common purpose. Ooh. A folding blade. This is way too good. Let's see. Where's the projectile? There. So, exactly. Jelly share. Jelly. In case you are too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey. Got it? If you want your share, you sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Your whiskey. So there has to be a bottle of whiskey nearby with a combination for this. Whiskey. I doubt it's in the other area, but let's make sure. I think I saw some bottles, huh? And a bit of coin. These are empty bottles. No combination on you. Nothing on you either. Maybe this? This is a wolf expert. So maybe... I don't lose anything for trying. 782. Alright. Oh, damn it. Okay, 8. I know. Oh. No, it's not 782. It has to be something else then. Whiskey here. 72. Another 72. But if this is not it, where is it then? Oh! I see. Behind. 451. Okay. Health elixir. Let's leave no evidence of our pass through here. They realize Willie did this, they might get angry. Let's leave that on 1, just because. There seems to be nothing this way.
He won't get past me, sir.
You know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Can I avoid?
They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
Alright, God's talking about rats. Let's save the game. Just in case. Alright, let's locate them. There's one right there. Do I have? Oh yeah. I do have sleep dots.
Wonder how deep it is. I can't see the bottom.
Alright, let's drop. I wish I knew where the other one is.
Heard something.
What the? I wasn't expecting that to happen. Alright, let's just load. Okay, I thought I could drop on them and knock him down. So I need to be more careful. Alright, let's drop down. Grab the bottle.
I wonder how deep it is. I can't see the bottom.
Okay.
What was that?
Dude. Just... Alright, you stay here. Going to the rat skewers. Oh. Two guys. Maybe I can get through around them.
How old did you say your sister was?
Hell's elixir. Alright. This is tense.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Let's save just in case that makes a whole lot of noise. And it makes noise. Nothing else. I thought it might drop and hold some loot.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Sam.
Okay, I believe you.
And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man, let's go. I don't want to stay out here for a second. Alright, it seems I found a whole lot of coin. More than half of it.
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business, half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
That's always nice,
If anyone
Samuel.
finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
We'll have to be very quiet then.
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Royalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Well, if you say so.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Whoever. Yeah, I have some use for them.
I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here.
Yeah, it wasn't. You cannot kill the rat plague.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We found our man. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Okay. They seem to be talking about me. Those assassins had magical
this later,
powers.
Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo,
Greetings.
I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you.
A pleasure.
Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Oh, Piero.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
He needs some kind of remedy. I think I read a post for it down in the sewers. Toilets. I ate too much in the sewers. Let's find this Piero guy. But what do we have down here? I'm really curious. Whale oil. This requires a key. Sorry about that. Wrong button.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House.
Yeah, it was
as
curious.
was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
That would be nice. So where are you, Piero? No, sorry, I'm used to another control scheme. Oh, Lord Pendleton.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass.
So much suffering.
I'll begin again tomorrow.
We got a tough-righted life. Yeah, he did. A Gaffer's Tale. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us in childhood, leaving behind our city, our home city of Yarrow, and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so, as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Your purpose is to kill whales? Admiralty on the fleet. Except from a book on naval history. Well, each of the isles has some form of naval fleet. None is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to hold or keel up over deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies, such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. How poetic.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. The Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Alright, now we know he's not too good at technology. That might be good for us in the future. Greetings.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Harpooner songs, except from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? Early in the morning, feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to... I should probably stop this before I cause the new cataclysmic rain. Litany on the White Cliff. Except from a series of overseer invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together, we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy grey wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes, in far places. We will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt.
Signs of blood on their face and chest area.
Yeah, doubt is the worst thing in the history of anything
to bring
ever.
them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
There seems to be a lot of ways in and out from here. Oh, Agatha's Tale Volume 2. Agatha's Tale Volume 2, or Agatha's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling. Too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port in the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandacia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butcher bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of a small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crook barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. The Shadow of Bitterleaf. Except from a longer work of fiction, finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from the ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden tail. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. "So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now it's your turn to be mended." Wow. That doesn't seem nice at all. She told me my room is upstairs. I doubt it's this one. Could this be it? Yeah. So there's Sokolov's elixir. Piero's drink.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
As far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Everything is state property in your eyes. Alright, let's get back to the entrance. We need to find this Piero.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
That sounds great.
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
I didn't know that, but that sounds awfully useful. We can play those later. Oh. Oh, we need an empty tank for that. Oh, but it's already loaded.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Corvo. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally?
No.
Out of alignment. There. Better now?
No.
I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Yes, let's have a look. You have ammunition, required tools, explosive grenades, spring bracers. Oh, that sounds extremely deadly. Sword crossing, spring racer radius, pistol upgrade, crossbow accuracy. This would let me put someone to sleep even in combat. Alright, some optics.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Yeah, but I'd like to look around for a while before I bed down.
Very well. You know best.
Yes, I do.
Let me know if you need anything more.
Many thanks, Piero. Start shot, southern skies. Alright, that sounds... Oh. That will probably help me keep my blade sharp. Piero's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King's power feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we are operating on a budget. We are running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else. So you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they are absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Almira Havelock. A second solution. Except from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Pierre Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sought as Pierre's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made of the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it's nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it's true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit, and it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hatfish swimming in the Rainhaven River. What a hogwash! Both are great. Freaking scientists, always with their competition. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good Admiral, has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used when handling the full tanks, they are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly. For once. This guy is an arrogant prick. I like him. Well, oil processing. Except from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Business Graves. Out at sea, they secure the beasts with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from general smaller boats. Boys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto deck and then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing on the fattiest parts while it still lives. Okay, poor critters. Whale vivisection. Except from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 feet in length. I estimate that she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth, and baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like extractor, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Interesting. Dead counter responsibilities. Except from a manual on new city watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the death counter is a possession that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any death counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. Okay.
The Academy teaches
teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
This beer on his science. A second solution. Oh no, where did I read this? Where was it shining then? Alright. That said, I think we'll call it today. Tomorrow we'll go to sleep to my bed. I think I will just go to it. Let's try to find a way up. Ah, this is not Dying Light, huh? I probably need some skill I don't really have yet.
You've met Piero. Good. You'll want to get some rest now. You'll be needed soon.
Citizens, Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
Yeah, people are idiots sometimes. I love the Empress. I really did. Let's check this area around here and call it a day. Oh, this seems comfortable. I'll check it out tomorrow, I guess. After a good night's sleep. I really need to rest. Okay, we'll call it a day right here and right now. It seems we are surrounded by loyalists. It's quite safe. Let's see where this conspiracy takes us all. So, this is the end of the episode for today. See you on the next one. Storyteller Voila, signing off.